would be a good place to hide, because as long as you're streaming, they can't shoot you on stream in the same room. You
Yeah.
know?
They can. I've seen videos with that where
I mean,
guys get
okay,
like
they
robbed
can,
or the
but
cops
yeah.
show up.
All right, well, folks should be able to see us and hear us. If this is not the case, hopefully somebody will let us know. But we're back tonight. We are doing our Halloween special. This year, we're doing a little game called iHunt, which uses the Fate Core system for the most part. There's a very minor adjustments to it. But we're not going to introduce our players or characters just yet. This whole session is essentially going to be one scene with many flashbacks. So, let me set the scene for you. It is late into the night, 2, 3 in the morning. You're not exactly sure. Your cell phone seems to have had issues. There's a full moon in the sky. You're in a dilapidated, mostly unused dockyard. Lots of corrugated warehouses stretched before you. And you're all kind of gathering here, looking at unfamiliar faces for the most part, as you're wondering exactly, are you doing the right thing? Now, we're going to start this off with a die roll. And I'm going to put the first person on the spot here. So let's see how this works out. Give me just 1 second. There are 6 of you. Okay, Dion, you get the spotlight first. First of all, introduce yourself and anything you want to plug, and then tell us just the name of your character to start with. We'll learn about them as we go.
All right. Well, hi, I'm Dion, also known as Substances Used on Twitch. I stream JRPG games. Currently, we're playing through our Lead 3. Almost done. So close. I slept in again today. So, otherwise I probably would have beat it. But tonight I'm playing Raven, the Evelina. She is a barista by day and an occult nut job by night.
All right, well let's stop with her introduction just there. Let me ask you some questions. I'm sorry. What was the character's name again? I did not
Raven.
get this down. Raven. Oh my. Okay, well, Raven. So your iHunt app. This was an interesting fast one. $500, easy. It only requires someone to have a 2.5-star rating, so it's not even requiring a lot of experience or great feedback from prior cases. And your star rating is a little low right now. So this is right within your zone of comfort. A lot of pets have been going missing in a certain area, and they want someone to make it stop. They're pretty sure, the person who puts the $500 up, that it's a chupacabra or something like that, some kind of creature that's been making off with all the neighborhood cats and dogs. So, Raven, why do you need $500 so bad?
I wanna buy a PS5. And I'm a little short. Those scalpers are driving me insane, and I'm tired of waiting.
Priorities. You got a line on a PS5. It's only going to be available until like tomorrow at noon, and you're just a little short, And hey, it's just missing pets, right? How bad could it really be?
Yeah, I go ahead and I accept it.
Okay, you swipe right.
Yeah.
You accept it. The particulars as to the location, which is a couple of city blocks that's being affected by the pet takings. So what each of you are going to do is you're going to make a roll. And this roll is like how your character initially ends up in front of this warehouse. So being the character class that you are, what would be the first thing that you would do to figure out what's taking the neighborhood pets? It's cats, it's dogs, it's even birds inside the houses in cages. It's not just dogs and cats that have been left out, and it's not just the strays. There's hamsters missing too. So, what would you do? What would be your first step in figuring out what's going on here?
Me or
Your character.
Well, I have a thing called Know Stuff
Mm-hmm.
that says I can hold on to a situational aspect related to my knowledge of monsters.
Okay, there are no aspects on the board yet.
Okay, I didn't know what that meant,
Yeah.
so. How about I can do maybe. Can I use my Lore Hound ability?
Okay.
Or like the trivia buff, I guess, is what it is, and then Lore Hound in some way. So trivia buff.
So if you read them, Lorehound, you've got to create an advantage for that to work. So it means
Yeah.
like you got to be taking
So-
a roll with something else first.
Yeah, so probably go for trivia buff.
Okay.
I'm assuming.
Well, so
to-
you're looking at your stunts first. The other thing is like look at your skills, like doing a little bit of research, going and talking to people in the neighborhood. So don't go immediately to your stunts, and actually
Yeah.
don't even look at your character sheet at all for just yet. Just tell
Alright.
me what your character would do first. What would be their first action?
She's more of an academic, so
Okay.
she probably would just go to research real quick about Chupacabra to refresh her memory.
Okay, sounds
And
good.
So if there's like a library on the way, she'd probably stop, or like a magic shop or anything like that. She knows a couple of places, I'm sure. in the
Well, this is
neighborhood.
also current time too, and you're so in this game, instead of character classes, they're called kinks.
Mm.
So your character, as an Evelina, has access to various dark web bulletin boards and websites that have deep, hardcore research on occultism.
Okay,
Okay.
so I could just make a Reddit post. on
Yeah,
my
and
way.
figure it out. So, like, you could either roll academic to try and dig through all this information and find out what you would like about it. You could use occultist instead, more
Academic's
specified
better.
information. Well, your
Acad-
academic is at a +4,
yeah.
but
Occult
you get
is more specific.
is
you
more
said?
specific, right?
We'll go for occult. That's a +3. So I click it.
Yeah, just go ahead and click it.
Boop. And then it says rating +44 plus minus. Do I just leave it at 0?
Just do it as a 0. No extra bonuses on it. Okay, so you score a +1, basically 1 success. So you got a little bit of information on the Chupacabra. Some reports say that they're a cross between a reptile and a very short-haired or no-haired hound. Typically, they like livestock. So what you come away with is you're not exactly sure if the client is correct in the fact that it is a Chupacabra. So what you've done here is you've created an advantage, and you can use your Lorehound ability, which gives an additional free invoke. So if this ends up being a Chupacabra, you know a little bit of something about it, and that can be tapped twice without having to do any kind of expenditure. Okay?
But I got hinting that it might not be the Chupacabra.
Yeah, you think that the client might be wrong. And so as you're pulled this information off the dark websites and you've got it all jotted down into your phone, you're heading out to the site. So the site is about 4 city blocks. It's not in a great neighborhood. There's a trailer park there. There is an old kind of wharf and warehouse district that doesn't seem much use anymore. There are a lot of homeless that are out there. We're in California, San Gennaro, California, a fictitious place that the universe is based in. And who do you run across as you get out of your car, or how do you get there? Do you take public transport, or can you actually afford a car?
I think I take like an Uber.
You take an
or
Uber out there.
something.
You got to
Yeah.
tip a little extra because it's not a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's a little sketch, but you're able to convince them to drop you off, and
I can write that off later as an
pick
independent
one of the
contractor.
other players who is also just arriving in nearly the exact same location.
I'm gonna pick Cobb for sure. It seems like he'd be fitting in a trailer park from what I gather.
All right, so let's link this. Cobb, how would you get to the site?
Hell, I live in the damn trailer park. Of course I do. My fucking dog is missing. I'm pissed.
Perfect. So Cobb is there with a leash with no dog attached to it. All right, so Cobb, you too have need of some extra cash, and the app again. You only need a 2.5-star rating, and you barely squeak by with that half star to get you there. But someone's offering $500 to put an end to all the pets going missing in your neighborhood.
All right. I mean, hell, I'm pissed already. Somebody can pay me to solve my own problem. I'm happy about that.
Exactly. The details are a little different on the job that you accept. It's not the same job. The person that's putting up the money on this one says that whatever the thing is, it's attacking. It's flying off with the pets. They saw it through the window. It flew off with the pets.
What the hell?
All right. So introduce yourself and introduce your character.
Well, my name's Jeremy. I play games with lots of people that are cooler than me all through the week. And I'm playing Cobb, as in the salad, or corn on the. And he's just a redneck, tough bastard.
Nice. And, you've already kind of set it up as to why you would accept the job because, your dog's gone missing. But is there any other reason why you might need that money right now?
Well, hell yeah, man. I saw this infomercial about these Ginsu knives, and they cut through a damn car door, and I need me them knives.
Nice. Okay, so you swipe right on the app, and you exit your trailer. You got your leash with no dog attached to it, but you still got it clipped to your belt anyway. You see Dion. Describe your character.
She's just this average-looking girl, just long black hair, just like dark makeup on a little bit, like some eyeshadow, a little bit of liner, lashes, nothing too extreme, and just clothes, standard like black dress, some nice shoes.
All right, stands out because she just got Ubered over here, which is a little odd. So tell me, Cobb. Since your dog's already gone missing, what steps have you already taken to figure out what happened to your damn dog?
Well, first things first, I don't trust any of these sons of bitches I live around. So I've been like kind of sneaking around up on the rooftops or trailer tops, so to speak, just like peering in through the windows, kind of hanging upside down, looking at them.
Okay.
But being sneaky like.
I'll tell you what, give me either an investigator or a spy roll from your skill list there.
Hell yeah, man. I'm a spy. I'm a real spy. I can do it. Believe it.
Oh, wow.
I'm a great spy. I'm amazing.
All right. So so the group gets an advantage from this. That is succeeding with spin. So there's a couple of free invokes on it. And what you get extra is this. So you're looking over into one particular trailer. This is Gus's trailer. You've had a beer or two with Gus. He's largely just, you have no idea what he's saying, but he drinks a lot. He's free with the cheap beer, and he nods and smiles quite often. You have no idea what he's talking about, or even if he's speaking English. He slurs so badly. But, even the nice guys might be stealing your dog. So you take a look, you look in there, and he's sitting in front of his TV as he usually does. He's got a beer, a 6-pack balanced on his very prodigious gut, remote control in his hand. And his TV, he looks like he's just raptly attent in whatever's going on. He's been staring at it for minutes. He's got the remote control in his hand, but he hasn't flipped the channel. And you look over at the TV, and the station is just static. He's just staring at static on the TV. And then you think that's odd, but hey, Gus might have his reasons. And you turn your head for just an instant, and as you do that, there's an image, a still image that appears through the static. It looks like this reptilian head. And he's holding up like these cards. And first card says, "Kill your neighbor." And then he flips it, and it says, "Eat a poodle." He flips it again, and it says, "Buy Coca-Cola." And then you're like, "No, that," and you look back and it's just static.
Man, I'll kill that son of a bitch before I let him kill me.
So you're hanging off the roof, looking down into his window, and you pull yourself back, and you see something strange. You know, a block over. This is not a trailer park. It's an apartment building. Really bad. The super there is just an asshole. He doesn't charge much, but he doesn't fix anything either. And who do you see over there? Pick a player.
All right. Well, I figure there's already some. Let's get that. There's that little angry IT lady.
All right. Introduce yourself, John.
Hi, I'm John, also known as Captain Carriot, the guy who kibitzes in the chat. I have the ambition to one day be like Jeremy and playing with a bunch of people who are cooler than I am almost every night of the week. Presently, I don't have anything to promote for myself, but I am going to promote Irene, DM Irene DB in the chat, her stuff. You can look her up under Irene. What's your thing to look you up on these days?
Yeah, feel free to drop a link in there. It should be open
Yeah.
to anyone to drop a link.
Yeah, do drop your link.
If you're a
Irene,
bot,
check over in the
ignore what
chat.
I just said.
Yeah, but do drop your link into the chat, Irene. And that's about it for me, John. I am playing Kate, aka 500 feet of rage, fury, and hate compressed into a 5-foot form and barely restrained.
Okay. Sounds good. So, you don't often look at the iHunt app. I mean, you usually have at least a okay paying job, but you know, rent in this place is just it's incredible. It's incredible. Even the good paying jobs aren't quite enough to make ends meet most days. And you've been put on unpaid leave for the next several weeks for, you know, asking your boss to do something anatomically impossible with his foot.
Not so much asking as informing him that he is to do something anatomically improbable.
Right. So
Likely involving shoving some command up his dick.
there you go. So you're browsing through the iHunt app, and you come across a listing not too far away, $800. The listing is apparently somebody in this apartment complex has been having things go missing. Small things, not necessarily valuable. And they think they've got a poltergeist or a spirit haunting them. They've even tested this by putting something, you know, a shiny object in like even a small home safe, and just close the door and went immediately in it. It's gone. They're willing to pay $800 for this to stop. So we know why you'd be interested in $800. It's actually not too far from where you live. You're kind of like in an area that is, meh, it's not horrible, but a block away it's horrible. Soon you too will be horrible. That's just how it goes. So how do you end up, or how do you get to this slumlord apartment complex? And what would be your first steps in investigating what could possibly be stealing random objects out of this person's home?
Right. Well, she'd be driving her mildly beat up. She's had it since college. White Toyota Corolla. It's kind of beat up. It's really not all that white anymore, but it was white at one time. At this point, it's mostly scratches, dents, and rust.
Bondo.
Because
Lots of
the
Bondo.
thing has Bondo. The thing has never actually known the inside of a garage in its entire existence, and it was acquired on a dining hall worker's wages. So, because it's, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the thing that she drove out to California from her much cheaper original place of living to go join the tech industry.
Okay. And so, what would be your first course in figuring out what's plugging this person that is putting up the substantial amount of money for this neighborhood?
Oh, well, she's going to be checking the assorted social medias, both the normal ones, and she's also going to be putting in a fake address for one of those like little local neighborhood ones for the nosy busybodies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, those things that are the blight on anyone who has ever lived in suburbia in the modern era. So she's going to be checking through all. She's going to be checking through all those, doing her little things, doing her assorted research on her her smartphone. I grabbed mine, except that's what I'm doing my video on.
Sure. So I tell you what, give me a roll on either investigator or hacker.
Let me investigator or hacker. Hacker is a lot better.
And then you should be able to just
How
to
do I-
click on the skill name and
All right,
a little
it's got
formula.
input value.
Yeah, no extra
Okay, there we go.
bonuses. Yep. Go ahead and. Oh wow, really good. Okay, so you start looking at the social media side of the client in particular, or like the place they live.
Both.
Both. Okay, so here's what you come up with. The client in particular. So you rolled what? Investigator or hacker?
Also, hacker. She'd also be checking neighbors.
Sure. Okay. So with hacker, you actually get you find out the person's real name for starters, and then you're able to actually look through and find their financial information by doing certain searches, etc. So this person has been living there for almost 5 years now. Their income stream, interestingly, is nowhere near enough that this person should be able to afford $800 for your services.
I'm being paid with drug money.
Looking at the people around this person, they are new tenants. Most of them they are doing month-to-month leases. They haven't been there very long at all. You're able to get a few of those bank accounts, and they show astonishing large deposits and withdrawals. The balance never stays above a few hundred by the end of each month, but there are thousands of dollars going in and thousands of dollars going out on a regular basis.
I'm beginning to wonder if this is a job for me or a job for TICTA, the enforcement branch of the IRS.
So that's what you find before you get there. And so you've got a little bit of intel on the neighbors that are in this apartment complex. Okay, so if that comes up, you're going to get be able to tap that for an extra bonus for things. Okay, so Cobb.
I was hoping I'd find out if they were posting similar incidents and derive something, but no, I find out that there is money laundering going on in the apartment.
Well, as far as you can tell by looking at their utility bills, the place doesn't come with internet, and they're not paying an internet bill. So the neighbors, at least, not really online. They have burner cell phones with no data plans. Not that that's suspicious in the least bit. All right, so Cobb, you notice this. You notice them because this Toyota Corolla pulls up, and while it certainly is the right kind of car for this neighborhood, you know this neighborhood. That car doesn't belong to anybody you know around here. Now, granted, there are a lot of strange cars that come up to these apartment complexes and stay for a few moments and drive away, but this person doesn't look like they're driving away. It's a short little lady. Definitely looks like she doesn't belong here. Is going into this very seedy apartment complex that a lot of drug dealing goes around in this one. And we're not talking about the casual kind of drug dealing that everybody kind of needs to relax on certain kinds of days. No, this is hard drug peddling. So, John, let's see. Pick a player, and we'll find out how you run into them next. So Richard hasn't gone, Bill hasn't gone, and Michael hasn't gone.
I don't know. I mean, I appreciate the reminder on the names, because I was just about to go, the guy who plays Fig Jam in D&D.
Richard!
Hello. Hi, I'm Richard. If we're doing the plugs at the beginning, well, I play video games here on Twitch, and you can find me at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now. Limited time offer.
No vowels.
No vowels.
No vowels.
Thank you for those who knew that. All right. And I am playing tonight Dudley Manlove, who is they them in this. And what else do I need to say on this? Forgotten.
What do they look
Yeah.
like?
What do they look like? Brown hair, brown eyes, relatively young. They're dressed in clothes that are definitely from Goodwill and ratty and a bit out of shape.
Okay. You're kind of an odd job person. You have a lot of skills, but not really employable for reasons. Reasons. So
Would
you hit the iHunt app pretty frequently when bills come due and you're about to lose your cell phone service because you just don't have that $70 this month, or your meds start to run out, and the physician that forges that prescription for you when you need it, he needs some money too. And well, it's all coming a little dry this month. It's just the nature of things. So when you see on the iHunt app that there's a gig not too far from here, several, half an hour or so away, and it seems innocuous enough, but they're paying $1,000, $1,000. It only requires a 2.5-star rating to be able to get this one. You don't see money like that usually for lower rated hunters. Now, why you're rated that low? Well, there was a little misunderstanding. It happens a lot too.
It's the name. It's the name. I get all those kind of emails. It's not what I want.
Well, if you just change your handle, but no, it's not a thing. No, you're stuck with it. You're just stuck with it. Yeah, so $1,000, and somebody's got Wolfman problems. It seems that this lady who's putting it up, well, you're assuming the lady from the picture that she put up with her smacking the snout of a very blurry half man, half wolf with the newspaper, and she claims that her boyfriend gave her rabies and possibly puppies, and she's looking to find him to take care of both things.
I guess I can do that. Yeah.
Surely
I
dog
guess-
catcher is in your portfolio somewhere.
I mean, yeah, I can do something with that, I'm sure. I mean, I know there are some places which will take meat, no questions asked, so maybe I can get a third payday out of this.
Okay. Yeah, it's a half-hour drive. So how do you get there? And what's
public
your
transport?
public
There's-
transport?
There's no way I've got enough for a car or anything right now.
Yep. Public transport leaves you with about a 40-minute walk to actually get to where you need to go. But, hey, it's better than walking the whole way. What would you have done prior to, or when you get there, to figure out where, patrimony on, to be able to figure out what Wolfman has gone to so that we can,
Well, I've been there for a
serve
while,
proper papers.
and I'm walking up and down the streets, backwards and forwards, basically looking not through the trash, but at people's trash that's outside already, because I'm looking to see who's got extra hair in bags or lots of meat or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So you're looking through trash cans. You're not the only one doing that, by the way. There are a few folks here that might be house poor, we'll say, that are looking for, a late night snack doing the same thing. Go ahead and give me probably an investigator role on this one.
All right. I have managed to get a 2.
Okay. So that's fair. So looking at it, there's not a lot of meat product in these trash cans. This kind of area, you're seeing a lot of boxes from ramen, lots of ramen packages, some cheap TV dinners and Swanson trays, lots of hot dog packages. Actually, this trash can's full of hot dog packages. And so you're going through here and you're looking through this, and there's an amazing number of broken cell phones that are in these trash cans. Like, here's one. Next trash can over, there's a couple more in this one. There's
Are they
another one
broken
over
as
here.
in like smashed? because
Smashed.
Somebody's pressed them too hard.
Yeah, like
okay.
the screens are
Wow.
smashed.
Well, that's odd. I wonder if I can salvage together enough of one to make a new, better one.
All right, you can start collecting them.
think about
Yeah, that's fine. Kate, you happen to you're going up the inside staircase. And you happen to look down through a window, and you see, well, this man going through trash cans. He's a little bit better dressed than the house poor in the area. Passingly odd, and he seems to be collecting cell phones out of the trash can. All right, Richard. Let's see who gets spotted next. So Michael and Bill are still up.
Well, let's pick Michael.
Okay. All right, Michael. Feel free to introduce yourself and your character, please.
I'm Michael, playing Red Wood. I've got nothing to plug. I just like playing games.
Always good. So describe Redwood and what they do. How do they get by?
So he's a day laborer. He's rather fed up with that, so he's trying to find a better way to make ends meet so he doesn't have to do that all the time.
Okay. So you probably sparingly use iHunt, the app, whenever you're short a cast or you've got something, a new tool or a tool broke and you just got to make a replacement. So you come across one that seems like it's a quick thing. You're looking through and somebody's paying $800 from a place that's it's maybe 40 minutes away from where you live. They seem to have a vampire problem. A very odd vampire that seems to be only feasting on family pets. And the description says that it's in a tenement building. A bunch of the neighbors had gone in, pitched in to get this amount together, to get this to stop. The animals have sometime died, but not always. But the ones that didn't die act strange. They act very strange afterwards. And they would like to have an input to whatever is causing this problem.
All right. Now I just need 23 feet of metal wire and a mouse, and a bunch of iron pills.
All right. Does that you want that to be your action? Is that you're scavenging for stuff that you need to make a trap, or to? Is that what you're going for?
Yeah, make it like a tether trap, so if it comes for this creature, I'm hoping the iron will attract it.
Ah, okay. Sounds good. So why don't you go ahead and get me a maker roll with that then?
Which is tap. Alright. Roll even, so +4.
Okay, very good. You have a trap, which is going to be able to, you can put that aspect on the scene. +4 is making it with spin, so it'll have 2 free invokes before people have to start spending refresh on it, or fate chips on it. How do you get to the location?
So it's a bus, and then I gotta huff it from the bus stop.
Okay. All right. So you don't have a beat up construction van or anything like that. You're taking public transport as well.
No, I'm saving up for that.
Fair enough.
As much as I can ever save up.
All right. In which case, we will say that Richard's character and you, basically, you're hoofing it that last little bit together. You can be uncomfortably not making eye contact if you wish, or not. But that's how you arrive on the scene. So tell me, Bill, you're the last one up. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Bill.
Hello, everybody. I'm Bill. I can be seen here on Friday nights playing BXD&D. I also run games over at Frog God Organized Play. So, voila.
Very good. Now tell us about your character.
Well, my character's name is Frank Foster. He goes by the name Beauty Boo. He's an up-and-coming YouTuber. And he thinks this is all a load of crap. And he's actually going to stealth live stream it to prove to all of his viewers that this is crap.
Oh, so your character believes that the whole iHunt thing is just some kind of scam, and this is all just fakery.
Exactly.
All right, and so that's why you take this is a good we'll say an hour trip for you to get out there, but anything for your fans, anything for the stream, and you're accepting a $500 bounty. This one is something has been possessing this man's son. The son is 10 years old. The son somehow during the night, whether the door is locked in the apartment, whether or not the door is barred to the child's room, it doesn't matter. Come morning, the child is always outside of the house knocking to get in. He has no idea how the kid is getting out. He's actually stayed up all night watching to see what's going on, and he closes his eyes for just a moment. Kid is gone. Next morning,
Crystal meth is a hell of a drug.
kid's knocking on the door to be let in, and no indication from the child as to what happened during that time. And so they're willing to pay some money for someone to come out and find what's going on with their kid.
Okay, I won't even care how much money it is, because I'm gonna get subscribers for this, man.
Internet
That's what I'm
famous,
looking
the
for.
best kind of famous.
Yeah.
All right, good enough. So how do you get out there? That's an hour drive to a not great place.
I borrow my grandma's car.
Okay.
I live with her, so yeah, I'm driving out there, and it's a couple decades old, but it works pretty well.
Sounds good. And so what kind of research, if anything, would you have done before heading out there? Or when you get there?
Probably I would do a lot of research on how people can fake this stuff, because it's got to be faked somehow.
Oh, okay.
And I'm gonna show everybody how it's done. That's what my intention is.
Okay. So you're looking up like other cases of impossible moving people and items moving from a place to another place with no possible way for it to happen. So give me an investigator roll. Okay. Very nice. So given that you're kind of a debunker, naturally your webpage is showing you all the debunking sites first, since it's learned your algorithms. And so there's all kinds of ways it can be faked, going back to some classic Sherlock Holmes sort of tales of the mysteries of the locked room sort of things, going up to poltergeists and how especially preteens and early teens that are under a lot of mental stress can seem to produce these poltergeist or very odd activities around them. There's even some scientific studies that show, might be some kind of ability to change the environment around them through various electrical impulses, blah, blah, blah. There's so much crap on there. For a 4, basically you have collected all kinds of snapshots from various sources on how something can move from make an impossible movement. We'll put it that way. Okay? Both ways that you can check to see how it's been faked, and ways that are a bit of pseudoscience as well that you can check on. So you arrive, and a fairly nice car if you're borrowing it from, who do you say, your grandmother?
Yep.
Borrowing it from your grandmother, who only drives it on Sundays to the bingo parlors in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right. So you arrive in a fairly decent car, and this definitely draws eyes in the neighborhood. So by this point, all the strangers and the one local have converged on this apartment complex in a not too great place. And there's some drug dealing going on. Like literally you can see some drugs passing hands back and forth. You see cars kind of pull up, speak to some shady person on the street before they pull off again very quickly. And you all kind of stick out. So let us say the group of you have noticed and are talking with each other. And Cobb, let's start up with you, since you're actually living in the neighborhood and you've got these strange people kind of snooping around, and there's some odd stuff going on. So let's start with you greeting these folks.
All right, now first things first. I know y'all ain't from around here, but I gotta ask you an important question. Is you is or is you isn't taking directions from the damn lizard people on the TV?
No.
Okay, you're cool.
Why?
Don't own a TV.
I mean, that's stupid, but you're okay.
No, not at all.
All right, man, you're cool. You look pissed. Probably cool.
Jeez, this little 5 foot nothing woman, little slight build, petite in every sense, almost every sense of the word. Just looks at it as like, I don't have a fucking TV.
All right, man, you don't get all uppity. I mean, I'm just asking, but some of these people around here, they be getting messages from the lizard people saying things like, kill your neighbor, eat a dog, stuff like that. That don't explain how, apparently something's flying away with pets or whatever, but, you know.
Maybe the neighbors are flapping their arms real hard.
Just as you're saying that, some of the neighbors up on the 4th floor, there's 5 floors to this place, anything past the 3rd floor, people are probably going to fall through their ceilings any minute. But a bunch of younger, strung out looking teens come stumbling down the stairs, half dressed. You know, they got flip flops on. Some are wearing shorts or jogging pants. Throw on a quick shirt, and they're all talking about, I don't know, Mikey. I just got a sudden desire for a Coca-Cola. It's just a craving, man. Joey, I feel you, man. I mean, I'm thinking float though. No, you got to get that new Coke. And somebody, you hear a smack. Don't you be disrespecting Coke like that. You don't talk about new Coke. Diet Coke? Yeah, Diet Coke's all right. So so this group of 6 kids are just kind of pushing their way down through the entry area where you're all kind of gathering.
Oh, yeah, man, that was the other thing. Lizard people all say drink Coke. Of course, not new Coke. That's stupid.
The hell's new Coke?
That's Satan's asshole on a drip feed.
I'm
think
looking
I've heard
around for the
about it,
meth
yeah.
lab.
Oh.
Well, you can smell a number of chemicals in the air, but you're actually not sure if that's just the normal smell of this place or not. It doesn't look well kept.
So you said something was flying off with animals?
Well, that... You guys here for the app, man?
Ah, damn it! I thought I had an exclusive this time.
What's that?
You underbid me.
No,
We're here to solve the mystery.
Okay, look, my dog's gone, and that pisses me off. And somebody says there's some flying piece of, dung that's been taking them, right? But then I go to investigate that. Next thing I know, there's lizard people on the TV. So this goes into some deep state level nonsense, I think.
These are obviously people that are just very good at fooling you. Okay, there's
Well, that
an
pisses me off.
explanation. It's some jerk took your pet. It wasn't lizard people. Come on.
I mean,
Come on.
I hope not. I'd like a regular person I could punch in the face. I'll punch a lizard person, but I'd rather punch a regular person.
I think
What
if we all
size was
work
your
together,
dog?
we.
Shush, kid. What size was your dog?
I mean, there's a cute little Pomeranian.
So while you guys are
Probably
arguing, just inside the inner foyer area before it all breaks up, and there used to be an elevator in here, but it hasn't worked in a long time. Everybody uses the stairs. But as you're talking, there's a kid just going down the front stoop, just walking. His eyes are glazed. He's just walking away. He didn't come through the lobby, but he's now on the front stairs going away from this set of apartments.
That one of yours, circus or monkey? Because mine's animals being drained.
I don't know. Is he from around here?
Hey kid, what are you doing out?
Kid acts like he doesn't hear you, and he's just walking out into the street.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. Yeah, he's not walking that fast. He's dressed in a onesie. Kid looks like he's maybe 10, 11. Not all that old. Brown hair. Yeah. Just walking. Doesn't take any notice of you. Just walking down the street. He's heading off towards the wharf area. You saw that as passing as you came up.
Alright, I just keep following him, seeing what he's up to.
All right. So one of you breaks off and goes follows Kid. The rest of you are still sitting there.
I'm gonna follow too, because my subscribers have seen this kid, so now I kind of have to do something, or else they'll think I'm an asshole.
Yeah. Okay. You follow with your camera out filming, or do you have like a GoPro?
I have like a GoPro. It's on my hat. Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I have no subscribers and have no compunction to follow the kid, but I do have a job upstairs to get paid $800 for. So.
Okay. So you're
As Kate, oh, sorry.
okay.
As Kate watches the kid go, she just goes, "What a little bitch." All right. So, again, I apologize in advance to everyone. Kate is not a very pleasant person.
That's okay. You're just speaking truth.
I mean, it's not that she's dishonest. It's that she's just unpleasant.
I love it, man. I love it.
Oh, trust me. I have a whole list of one-liners I thought of at work that she is gonna probably end up using by the end of the day.
Dig it.
All right. So she's looking at us like, all right, I gotta go find out why someone's shit is disappearing out of a locked safe. They think poltergeist, but last I checked, they can't move things through solid objects. Only they go through. I gotta go figure out what the hell is going on.
So Red Wing, your client is on the 3rd floor, and you said you were just going to go on up and leave these people behind.
Yeah, that. I think I get to beat the job first to get the money. So.
Split
Yeah.
the party.
Well, by the sound of it, you all are on different hunts.
Yeah.
Ah, we are. Maybe there's a common thread, but Kate hasn't figured that out yet because she's kind of not listening to these other people because she just wants to get her shit done and leave.
So, Red Wing, so you go up. I'm just going to call you Red. Red, you go up. This is on the 3rd floor. And you go to knock on the door that you were directed to come to. And you give one knock. The second knock opens the door. It just kind of screeches open. And you're assaulted by the smell of bleach, some kind of astringent, very sharp chemical smell in the air. Something smells like very warm, like maybe a stovetop was left on to burn for a while. And there's a TV on with static. But there's no sign of any occupants. It's only a one bedroom apartment, and it is either the person that lives here has no personal hygiene, or it's been ransacked. Like the couch it's shredded with the springs poking out. There's papers disturbed and just all over the place. And there's one little black, long, curly-haired poodle sitting on the newspaper in the middle of the room, staring at the static on the television screen.
I'll shout as loud as Red does into the room to make my presence known. Probably saying something like iHunt or similar.
Okay. The poodle makes no motion at all. It just continues to stare at the screen. It flickers. You see an image just, in that half moment before it flickers again. But there's no response to you yelling out. You guys downstairs, he probably yelled loud enough for you to hear. It doesn't sound like he was yelling in terror. It just sounds like, he was injured, just shouting.
So nobody is here on the Wolfman job?
No, I'm here for ostensibly a poltergeist, probably something else. I'm beginning to wonder if it's some sort of occult theft, maybe, I've got reasons to be concerned about the origins of some of the things, but honestly, that's not my problem.
Yeah, nope, no Wolfman business here. I punched a census man once, but I'm gonna go run towards that screaming because that sounds like a good idea.
Shouting.
All right, Red, there's no response in the house. Do you enter?
Yeah. I'm gonna slip on my leather gloves and slowly approach the dog to see if there's any evidence of blood draining, like from a vampire.
Okay. The dog's head kind of rotates almost completely around, and you notice that its irises are bright red, and it lifts up his butt and drops a tightly wound coil of poop on the tip of your right boot.
Ew. Wiping that off on the bottom of the couch.
All right. So the warm smell in the air, realize is that the burner's been left on, and now hot water boiling through a kettle is making that high-pitched whistling sound. Cobb, you're now hearing a high-pitched whistling sound.
God. Clearly that means something's gone wrong. I go to kick down the door, except the door's already open, so I kind of awkwardly stumble in.
Okay. Small poodle just kind of leaves the room, going between your legs, hops out into the hallway.
Wait a minute. I saw the lizard man saying eat poodles. I'm going to check that poodle for bite marks.
He doesn't have any bite
Anybody
marks.
try to eat this poodle?
There you go. Yeah. So Red says what he says.
All right. Get out of here, stupid dog.
Bad manners, though.
Yeah. Really rude.
I don't live here. Just be clear.
Yeah, so this room, Cobb, while your professional eye has been turned over.
All right. Now somebody done come through here and just made a hell of a mess searching for something.
It might be important to Cobb that the TV is static.
That's true.
My God.
Yeah.
That dog was taking instructions from the lizard people. I gotta go catch that dog. Make him tell me what he knows.
Red's just gonna turn off the stove and just make sure nobody's like passed out in the bedroom, and then marking this off.
Okay. You turn off the stove and you move the tea kettle aside, and you notice with this burner being on for a while, there's hardly anything left in the tea kettle. There's another kind of chemically smell coming from the oven.
Opening the oven.
Okay. There's several meat trays that are marinating in some very caustic-smelling stew. There's covers over each of them, but the oven itself isn't on. But you get kind of a meaty smell in the air, but it's also got tinged with some kind of really sharp acid-like smell.
As Kate walks up,
Okay.
is walking up the stairs toward her client's place, is like, who decided to cook the janitor's closet? It's just,
Yeah, your client is next door, to the left of the one that Red is in.
oh boy, I'm gonna have to deal with the smell the whole time I'm investigating. Fuck all kinds of duck.
That's a good way to get syphilis.
Red, what are you doing?
Sorry, I didn't realize it was still sudden concern washes over me when Cobb talked about interrogating the dog. Not really sure he's gonna try to get to talk, so just keep an eye on. Yeah, I want to catch up, keep an eye on him. Make sure
Okay,
he doesn't
so
do it.
you run out too, trying to follow Cobb. Cobb, that dog has gone down the front stoop and is running out towards the wharf area. You see two other strangers that were with you earlier. Is following a kid who's walking quite slow. They could stop the kid at any time if they wanted to, but they're just kind of following behind him.
I'll probably stop him after a while. Be like, "Hey, kid," I'll kind of get in front of him. Oh, what are you doing?
Okay, so you get in front of him.
Yep.
What's your athletics?
Oh gosh.
Is it ranked? Like, does it have a plus 1, 2, 3, or 4 on it?
Yes, it's +1.
It's +1. Okay. Kid attacks first.
What?
Yes.
Oh, fuck all kinds of duck.
All right, so this is where you get to see roll with edge. So whenever you're in an encounter that is opposed, edge basically means that you have a leg up somehow on the situation. The players almost never start with edge. The monsters always start with edge. So I'm rolling. Okay. The kid doesn't really stop as you get in front of him, but he does rear back with his right leg and kicks you in the shin. Would you defend against it, or would you just let the kid kick you? Again, it's like a 10, 11-year-old kid.
I'd probably jump out of the way and be like, "Hey, kid, what the hell's your problem?"
Okay, so you're defending with athlete. So go ahead and roll your athlete skill.
Okay.
Okay, now, so the way combat works, and you are now in combat with a 10-year-old kid who's kicking you in the shin, is the amount over your defense is how much damage it does to you. Now, if you look at your health boxes, you've only got 2 or 3 boxes, and he's going to kick you for 5 points of damage.
Yeah, that takes
So-
all my physical and mental boxes.
So what'll happen here is you have some fate points you can spend. If you have an aspect or a stunt that you think that you can tap that would make sense in this situation to help you get out of the way of the kick, you can spend one of your points. You've got 5 to start with, and you can tap that aspect. So what aspects do you have?
Internet famous.
Probably not going to help you avoid a kick.
Okay, you're a little X for this role.
Okay,
Probably
so
not.
that's the fill-in. So your character does commercials and does things on the internet, but the professionals have always turned you down because of X reason. You're a little too what? Too tall, too short, too big, too small.
Probably foul mouth.
You're too foul-mouthed. I don't think that'll help you in this situation either.
Probably not.
Oh.
What is
that would help against physical attacks? Kate would be invincible.
so your high concept, your drama, your vision, your day job, and aspects 1 and 2. Those are all your aspects. Do you have anything in there that might help you get out of the way of a kick?
No. It's like, what's my motivation in this line? I don't think that would help. A clipboard and a sense of determination opens doors.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see that. If the kid was conscious, I would say internet famous might help, but he's not.
Wait, a clipboard and a sense of determination. Put the clipboard in the way of the kick.
Okay,
I would buy that.
I was like, hold on a second.
Okay, so here's what you can do. So you tap that aspect by spending one of your 5 fate points. And so you're defining this as you literally have a clipboard in your hand that you stick in the way of his kick. So here's what you can do. You can either just add a +2 to your roll, which is not going to help you too much, or you can re-roll the roll.
I will re-roll the roll.
You want to choose to re-roll the roll. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead and click that button again on your athlete. So you're going to end up taking 4 points of damage. How many boxes do you have in physical stress?
3.
3. Okay, so here's what you can do. See right below that where it says consequences? You've got a mild, a moderate, and a severe, and they're labeled 2, 4, and 6. So you can take a consequence, and that's how many points it's going to suck up from the damage.
I'll take a mild consequence.
Okay.
If my damage is Was what, 4 you said?
It's 5. It'll be 4. Yeah. So how many physical stress boxes do you have?
3.
Okay, so you're going to mark off the third box. This is how this works.
Okay.
Actually, never mind. Hold on. Let me think about this for a second. So you're going to take a mild
box,
consequence.
right.
So you're going to mark off the second box. So not both the first and second, just the second box.
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
then under the consequence, if you click on where it says mild or click on the number, you're able to fill in a phrase or a word. Okay, so what is the consequence going to be? You can have you're going to be limping for a little bit. That will be a good mild one.
Yeah. I
Okay.
like that.
All right, so just type in limp. Right, so this kid does this lazy kick, which, you put the clipboard out figuring hey, kid, his foot breaks the clipboard, just smashes right through it, hits you in the shin with astonishing force, dropping you to the ground as the kid puts the foot down and just continues to walk on in his little days. Raven, there's a poodle behind you with Cobb and running to catch up with the poodle.
Okay, so what can I do in this situation? The dog's running this way, you
Yeah.
said.
It's making a beeline right for the kid.
For the kid.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep going along, following the kid. I'm just gonna stay out of the way of the dog's beeline and
Okay.
see what happens.
The dog kind of runs up so that it's just a step or two behind the kid and then slows down and matches his pace. They're both walking in the same direction.
I look back at Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb comes running up.
Get back here, you little bastard. I got some questions for
Hey.
you.
Let's see where they're going. He slowed down to match the step with this guy. They're going somewhere.
Red is huffing, puffing, is bringing up the trail right behind Cobb as well.
Oh, hey.
Meanwhile, back at the tenement, so you are standing in front of the door to your client. Let's see, what was your character's name again?
Kate?
Kate, that's right. So you're standing in front of the door to the client, Kate. There's been a lot of noise already. It's 2 a.m, and no one's complaining. Nobody's sticking their heads out to find out what's going on.
Not Kate's problem.
And Dudley is nearby. So where were you, Dudley?
I was downstairs talking to everybody,
Okay.
and then they all rushed off in
Yes.
different directions. So
Right.
hey,
Are you
I would
following
be
them?
heading towards wherever my werewolf probably.
Sure.
is meant to
Third
be,
floor.
which Yep. So yeah, I've gone upstairs as well then.
Okay.
Was Kate third floor or fourth floor?
Third floor.
Okay.
Okay. Dudley comes up as you're weighing your options, what to do here, and they're looking at the door numbers, and apparently have found the door that's right across the hall from yours.
So
What's your contract? Let me grab the dead phone so I have a prop.
werewolf.
Mine's ostensible poltergeist.
You've said
If I
that 3
fi-
times now. Thanks.
Yeah. If mine's anything relating, if I find anything relating to werewolves, I'll let you know. She knocks on the door.
It's weird that there's lots of stuff going on in this one building.
Yeah, right. All this shit, and all those
Gas
idiots.
leak or something. I'll bet it's nothing.
Ah.
else to deal with.
Gas leak. I mean, if it's all linked together, oh boy. I'm kind of hoping that this is just a series of really obnoxious coincidences.
So you knock
But
on your
I'm
door.
Not that lucky, as she's knocked on the door
Yep.
and is waiting for an answer.
You knock on the door. There's no answer at first, and you figure, 2 a.m., maybe you should knock louder. So you knock louder. There's no answer. But an umbrella just passes through the door, hovers in front of your eyes for a moment, and then goes down the stairs. It just passed right through the door.
Fuck a duck. All right. Well,
Good luck with that.
this is almost certainly related. Thanks. Good luck with your werewolves. And she follows the umbrella.
All right. Yes, it's
Because this fits the problems that have been occurring.
okay. Well, that leaves Dudley in front of his door. or
Yeah,
their
I'm
door.
knocking as well, and
Your door opens,
I-
and there is
Yeah, go.
short lady, maybe 5'2". She's got curling coils in her hair. She's got she's got a vape device clenched into her fist as she exhales what smells like chocolate blueberry into your face. And she's got a remote control in her other hand.
I hear about the job.
You found my man yet? And she is just starting to swell, like she's got a maternity shirt on. Well, it's either that or she's out of shape.
Or both. No. I haven't even got a picture of him yet.
Well, I sent the picture on the app thing.
Yeah, it didn't come through.
Well, she reaches back and she pulls out her cell phone and she fumbles through and she turns it over and shows it to you. And it looks like a dog. This is my Harold right after he changed.
He changed it into a dog.
That's not a
That's
dog.
right.
Look, that's a wolf. That's obviously a wolf. You do not know your species.
No, I don't. You're right. All right. You got pictures of? Send me the dog and the man pictures again, please. And did he just wander off
He
in the middle of the night?
You know, he leaves so often. He's doing something down by the wharfs. He's got a card game. He's got something. He might have himself a mistress down there.
Mermaid? They cost extra. If I find it's a mermaid, you're gonna have to cost more than that. But yeah, I'll go down there and check it out for you then.
You do that, and you bring him back. I'm gonna have a litter to feed soon.
You got a leash?
Oh, I should probably get some of those.
Bob has one.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, I know, but no, well, doesn't matter. All right.
So she sends,
Now
she
follow the
Bluetooths
others,
over
yeah.
a couple of images you accept on your phone.
Yeah.
It's a really average-looking dude, and then you got this. Well, she claims it's a wolf. Looks like just a big mangy dog to you.
Couple of nudes are slipped in there. Don't look at those unless you want.
Chuck's not in the chat. Irene, would you do the honors?
Yeah. So she sends the pictures over. She's like, "You just bring him back. Somebody's going to have to provide for this litter."
Well, that's not me. And I turn around and go down, following, I guess, everybody else, if I know that they were heading in that sort of direction now.
Well, you're catching the tail end of Kate as she is following a levitating umbrella.
It seems to be heading in the same direction as
Seems
everybody
to be
else. as
heading in
well.
the same direction as everybody else. All right.
Well, Kate doesn't know anything yet, so, hey, Kate, I bet you $50 that this is heading down towards the wharf.
She looks him up. She looks him down. Would you really be betting that much if it weren't certain?
Yes? I need to earn $50 from somewhere.
Ah,
Anything else is...
right. Well, let's see where it goes, shall we? Maybe it'll lead you to your werewolf.
Yeah? That's the idea.
All right, guys, you have all been brought together by things that seem to be leading you to the wharf area, and you're coming a little closer to it. You can see old boats rusting. It's still tied up. There's a lot of these metal corrugating buildings around, and you all arrive in front of the one that we opened this scene on. You're looking at this this cubicle, maybe 2-story tall warehouse. The kid, the poodle, the umbrella, all gone, and you're just left staring at this warehouse that they all, that's exactly where this line of nonsense is leading you. And then they just disappear.
Muck-a-doodle-doo.
I'm
How's
busy
it
responding
going,
to
everyone?
I'm busy responding to comments on my channel of people that are laughing at me because I got beat up by a kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the kid was solid enough when he kicked you, and now he just kind of disappeared.
Looking around for like trap doors or, maybe entrances to something that aren't so obvious.
It's got a roll-up front door that's big enough to drive a substantially large truck or car through, but it's also got like a smaller office door off to the right. Neither look like they've been used in a while. The roll-up door has some chain and like a padlock, a master lock on it. The office door, some of the glass is broken, but someone's nailed up some wood on the inside.
I'm gonna Google and figure out who owns this place.
All right. You want to Google the address and find out who owns the place. I tell you what, give me an investigation check.
Is there a way that I can assist with that?
What is your investigation ranks?
It's 3.
Okay, yes, you can get a +1 from Raven helping you. How do you help him, actually?
Reddit. Just, have him get the address, and then I'm gonna do some dark web info diving if he gets the address.
Sure.
Or the
Okay.
owner name or whatever.
All right, Michael, so take a +1 to the roll as a modifier.
Am I also able to add an extra little bit of help?
Do you have investigation as a plus of any sort?
I think, do I? No, actually, my thought was that it's a different way of actually using her computer experience by kind of having looked over his shoulder, or well, kind of probably under his armpit, given her height, as he's putting them in and going, no, Boolean search terms, type this in.
Hacker quality for that. So yeah, you can take another plus for that.
I mean, given her profession, I feel it would almost be a professional one.
Yeah, okay, that works. That's
so
fine.
She's got a +4 in her profession.
Yeah, but you can only give a +1 when you're helping. So you've got a +2 total to that roll, Michael.
I don't know if he's gonna listen to Kate though.
If you don't think you would, then don't take the plus.
I'll take the +1 from somebody looking up parallel.
Sure.
I'm gonna post to my subscribers and see if any of them have any ideas.
About,
hey, guess the mystery and you win a prize or something like that.
sure. Go ahead and roll me that influencer. Okay, so a fair success. Okay, so this piece of property has changed hands many times. Currently, it is unowned as the previous owner failed to pay taxes on it. Technically, it's owned by the state.
Does it mean everything inside it is also owned by the state?
Yes.
Although they haven't done an audit on it yet, they wouldn't know if something's missing.
So what did your social media folks come up with?
I rolled a 4.
Yeah. Okay. That's a pretty good success. So some of your subscribers come up with some newspaper clippings that warehouse suffered a fire. That's what caused the business to shut down. The owner could not pay the taxes on it, so state took it over. But basically the bank said it was not worth anything, so it's just been sitting here. State's not taking care of it. Nobody's taking care of it. So yeah, that's what they come up with. Is there was a fire, ruined the person's business, closed down.
I'll relay this to everyone.
That's just a damn shame.
All
I
right.
mean, it looks like everything is leading to this warehouse, so, you know.
What does Sight Beyond Sight do? I'm sorry.
So Sight Beyond Sight will allow you to see ghosts, apparitions, any magical signatures about.
Alright, so I'd probably want to use that if we go inside.
Up to you.
I'm gonna walk inside.
All right. So the roll-up gates have a chain and a padlock, master lock on it, and the office door is locked. So how do you go inside?
I've got spy as a +2 skill, so I figured I might see if I can pick the lock.
Spy. Let me take a look real quick. Spy can be used, let's see, attack, defend, create an advantage, or overcome. So it can be used to overcome a problem. It's mostly about surveillance, though. So tell me how you would use that to be able to get inside.
Well, okay, it's run by the state. Are there any security cameras up?
That's actually a good question. So why don't you give me that spy roll?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah,
So unless you have something you want to tap, that's just going to be a failure.
yeah.
And you don't see anything obvious. So if there are cameras, they're well hidden, which doesn't seem like a state sort of thing.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Well, like, this is kind of a poor part of town. Anybody got like some rusted up chain link fence or something of that nature?
Yeah, there's lots of rusted chain link
Alright.
fence all over the place.
I think maybe I'll just grab a piece of pipe,
Uh-huh.
jab it in, like kind of behind the part of that chain. I'm just gonna try and wrench that lock off.
Okay. Sure. Give me an athletics test.
I'm
Can I go ahead
subtle
and
as a
assist
brick.
with additional pull?
You want to grab the bar and help?
Yeah.
You have athletics?
Yes.
Then yes, take a +1 to that roll, Cobb.
+1. All right, man.
You both
You're
grab the
done.
pipe and yank at it.
Really.
Man, on my back.
So you ended up with a mediocre. Okay, so that's not going to succeed. But if you have anything you want to tap and spend a fate point to tap an aspect that would help in this situation of being able to brute force something.
Well, I'm not using a knife.
Before you
But
do
you
that,
know what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
before you do that, Kate, running out of patience, is probably just gonna kick the door. Not the big freight door, but the other door.
Okay, that's so that doesn't influence his roll though. So let's finish his roll.
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
All right. So do you want?
I think like we're initially just pulling on it. What if I only used violence as an appropriate response? Like initially I'm
Yes,
trying to use it,
yes.
but then I just start kicking it.
Yeah.
God bless it.
You get mad at it.
So and so.
Yeah. So you spend one of your fate points, drops you to 4,
Okay.
and you can either re-roll or just add a +2. A +2 will do the job, but if you want to re-roll and try for something higher,
I think I'll just take the +2 to get
Okay.
it done. It's very unceremonial. He's just you
Right.
dirty so and so. Your mother.
so you
was
guys
a-"
leverage it. I mean, you're just bouncing on it with your weight. You start kicking, and the chain snaps, and the door just kind of rolls up a little on its own. Just as you hear Kate put a boot into the office door. Kate, you can go ahead and give me an athletics check.
All right. And,
And
hearing his swearing
that
as he
door
kicks the
slams against the wall on the inside. Bounces
And
back.
hearing his swearing as he kicks the thing, she looks over. She is actually mildly impressed with him, both between the creative profanity and the fact that and the use of brute force to solve a problem.
There you go. So you have both areas open. So you're looking into the guts of this warehouse. You can see the fire damage to the walls. It goes back quite a bit. There's no light inside here, so it's very dark. You can only see a few feet inside. There's a smell in the air that you can't quite place. I mean, it is the smell of like long lingering smoke, but there's something else to the air as well. Something kind of a little earthy smelling, but you don't see any movement. There's a bunch of just stuff just on the walls covered up with tarps. Yeah, so that's what you're looking at. Kate, you have kicked open the office door, and there's blackout. Like the walls are black. There are curtains drawn where there were windows that have been boarded up, but there's even curtains on the inside kind of just hanging there. And as you step in and kind of look around, you get a little unnerved as you see all over the walls and the ceilings inside this little office are cell phones that have been nailed to the surfaces.
Well, I mean, I was going to, given that it was all dark inside,
Mhm.
and, you know, I had been collecting broken phones earlier, I was going to see if any of them would actually power on, and I could just hand them out and say, hey, use these as lights. They're just cheap disposable crap.
Yeah, some of them turn on.
There you go, everybody. Have lights. Seems to be my job.
Congratulations. You are more capable than 90% of the working public.
I'll wave off the phone and just use the flashlight from my tool bag.
If you already got it.
Get a mag light. So this warehouse goes very far in the back, and as your lights from the cell phones and from the mag light play around, you see things skittering into the shadows. They could be rats. They, could be anything. You didn't get a good look at them because they kind of avoid the light and just kind of go off into the corners. So, Kate, you're looking at all these cell phones that have just been nailed and transfixed to the walls and the ceiling of this small office.
Are they nailed like around the casing or?
No, we're
the
right
phone
through the
itself?
middle of the screens.
Kate's looking at them like, well, this was either done by a moron or somebody who actually has some idea of what they're doing for some arcane purpose that I don't fucking understand. It's not my job to deal with that shit. No, I deal with the working ones that idiots are managing to fuck up.
I'll, as she's ranting about it, I kind of just look over it with my occult knowledge and see if I can pick anything from it.
Okay. Yeah, roll me a Colt.
Bop and bop. Fantastic.
Well, this is obviously, some kind of activity here, either poltergeist or some trickster spirit, obviously. And as you're pondering this, you kind of get closer to the phones to see what's going on, and the phones all start to light up one after another, and all of them show the iHunt app.
Oh.
Kate rolls her eyes. Oh boy, another little wimpy thing trying to scare us.
Meanwhile, inside, there's skittering, there's chittering in the corners. There's things moving around very quickly that you're trying to track with your light, but you just can't seem to illuminate anything.
Should have brought a can of Raid.
So listen, I doubt any of you guys are paying me, so if my bag happens to be more full when we leave than when I came in here, don't say anything, alright?
Not my problem.
As long as it ain't my shit, I don't care. It ain't my shit, is it?
No, nope. You've stayed away from this area. A lot of the vagrants and the house poor tend to hang out down here. Not a good crowd at the best of the time. These folks will knife you first before asking for any kind of help. As you guys are talking, the very few street lights and lamps that still burn here in the warehouse area start to wink out. and thinking what you just thought there, Cobb, you haven't seen any of the vagrants around tonight.
You know, I'm just putting this out there. Now, it's normal for like little boys and dogs to go missing around here. That's just normal. But the vagrants, the bums, there's always bums. Now, I'm okay whenever little children and dogs go missing, but when the bums are missing, I'm scared.
And then that's when the lights start to just flicker out just slowly. They all just start to dim.
Does that
And-
include the ones on our own equipment?
Yeah, it's just like the batteries are being drained, and they're just slowly getting weaker and weaker. You hear those of you that are in the warehouse part of it, you hear like a banging, and the roll-up doors they fall. Now the little office that's off to the side is not directly connected to the inside of the warehouse, and you kick that door open, so it's broken and hanging off its hinges.
Don't fuck with Kate.
Yeah, but now there's no lights. Your cell phone just starts to slowly die. All the street
gonna
lights
be
go
honest.
off.
If we look at her background, Kate smokes. Like she is furiously angry 90% of the time.
Now, does she
She is
smoke or does
dealing
she
with the
vape?
worst humanity. No, she smokes.
She smokes. Okay, so you probably have like a Zippo
a lighter
or yeah.
or something.
Okay, yeah, that works.
I mean, I would have set a box of matches if this were set earlier
Actually-
in the timeline, but no, it's a lighter.
here's how this actually works in the system. So let's go ahead and play it out this way. What you're doing is you are changing a circumstance. You're adding something to the fiction that your character may or may not have. So
Yeah.
you pay a fate point and you say this is a thing. So you get your
Okay.
lighter, but you pay a fate point to get it.
Alrighty. Even though I decided that Kate smokes when I was on my lunch break.
Yeah, because you're just now at this point writing it into the fiction.
Yeah, I should have sent you that message earlier. I knew it, but at the same time, my lunch break was almost over and I had to drive back to work.
So you click on the a lighter, and in your little flame, shadows move around in this small office. You guys hear chittering. So somebody came in
she's
behind
got, like,
you.
a pretty nice lighter, so it's one that you just flip open and it stays on.
It's a Zippo. Yeah.
It's a Zippo, yeah, like a good one.
Dudley, were you in there with Kate? Who came into the office with her?
No, not
Nope.
me.
Okay.
I was.
I believe it
Handing
was
out
just
cell
Raven
phones
in
to
the
everyone.
office with Kate.
Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, so there are things moving in the shadows in here. They're moving very fast. Kate, you move your flame around to try and just catch just a glimpse, and they are so fast.
Oh, choice.
Bill, your cell phone and therefore your connection to your your social groups, it's dying. Your battery is going 99, 87, 60%. Your battery is just draining.
I'm gonna spit out a quick message to my subscribers like, "Hey, need to charge up. I'll be back on in a few. Don't go away."
All right, you get that off right as you get zero battery, and your GoPro dies, your phone connection dies. You're out here in just pitch darkness. There's a full moon that should be giving a lot more light off than it is, and things are
I'm just
moving
focused-
in the shadows.
I'm just focused on trying to get my phone back on. I don't even notice if there's something right next to it.
Okay, yeah, you're smacking your phone. The battery's just dead, and you charged this fresh before you got here. It's just dead.
Anyone have a phone battery? Does anyone have a portable charger? Anything on them? Like, I really need
Wait.
one right now. Seriously, guys.
Is
There
he
you
in the
go.
office with Kate?
He's outside, so Kate
Okay.
Kate would hear and see him.
There's Kate she's the IT specialist. This is her thing. He can probably see her outlined in the flame from her Zippo. There is this disappointed and disgusted look on her face. That somehow this person who relies on the existence of their battery doesn't already have their own little extra charge pack. And there's one that she just slowly pulls out of her pocket, reluctantly, built as years and years of just her, like, she does this. This is hers, but at the same time, she's sure it's probably dead anyways. So you know what? Might as well let the kid have a go and get a little more freaked out.
Yep.
And so she's got it, and she hands it out through the doorway.
Yep.
Oh,
and
wow,
since
thanks, man.
and since it will
Thank you.
actually not be of any use, that will not cause you a fate chip, because in fact you try and use the battery and it is dead. Inside the warehouse, there's no light. It's pitch black. The roll down doors have dropped. Things are moving in the shadows. Who's got the highest athletics of those that are inside the warehouse?
Let's see. I'm at a 3.
Okay.
That's
Mine's also a 3.
Okay.
2.
And Bert, I'm gonna throw a huge fit when that battery doesn't work.
Start screaming outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the creatures at a spiffy 6 for their athletics go first.
Wow.
Things move quickly from the shadows, detaching themselves, hurling themselves at you. You have you just see the motion. You can't really see what they are. So here we go. A series of attacks on you. We'll start with Cobb. Cobb, how are you defending against this? You're effectively blind, but you can kind of sense the motion. What would you do to defend against this?
All right, now here's the thing. There's like some chain, right, from that lock that I kicked in with all the swearing and whatnot.
Yes.
So what I do is I grab that chain and I put it in front of me because I may not be able to see that sumbitch, but it's going to have to get through the chain before it gets to me, and I'm going to try to wrap it up and slam it on the ground.
Okay. Sure. That sounds like. Let's see. What would be a good one for this one? Give me just a second here. Let's just use fighter, because that's a fighter's tactic.
All right, man. I'm pretty good at that.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Okay, you successfully defend creatures that are launching themselves at you. The chain gets in the way. Apparently, they were going right for your face. Whatever it is small, it's fast, it's slimy, and seems to be tentacular, as you feel the tentacles kind of whipping around as your chain stops it from getting to you.
You got to buy me dinner first.
All right. So it went, and we're gonna. Well, actually, all of them need to go first. So let's go ahead and do that. Who else was in here?
Red.
Red. Okay, Red. How would you defend against a creature that you can barely see the motion of?
I'll probably pull my work back around so it's got to go through that to get to my chest.
Mm-hmm.
And have the maglet in the other hand. And
Okay.
move.
So you're using gear to kind of put up a barrier. Let's call this athletics for you to be able to put it in place.
Look at that.
Oh, very good. Unfortunately, it got a 7. Is there anything that you want to tap, or do you just want to take the 1 box of damage?
Yeah, I'll just take the 1 stress for now.
Yep. So just mark off the 1 box of stress, and you're good. So you feel something tear in your cheek. You think your bag diverted it just enough. That thing was full on trying to hit you in the face, and you diverted it just enough that it slashes at your cheek and it goes off into the shadows somewhere. Who else is in here?
I am also in there.
All
don't
right.
we?
So how would you defend against this?
Well, we're in a warehouse, yeah?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm just going to pull stuff down around me to try and block off the entrances and exits to water.
Sure. This is just a matter of whether or not it happens fast enough. So go ahead and make me an
Yeah.
athletics check.
All right, I will do that. Great.
Oh.
4.
Very nice. Got a 3. So you successfully defend as you drop a shelf of some stuff. You have no idea what it is. Sounds to be heavy, though. It blocks whatever this creature is as you step back, and you are fine. Is that everybody in there? I think everyone else was outside. Actually, no, Dion, where's your character? You were in the warehouse.
Yeah, I think I had stepped
Yeah.
in to investigate something, and
Right. So how do you defend against this?
can I Can I still see the unseen?
You want to? Well, you didn't turn it on. You said you're going to wait until you got into the warehouse. So you turn it
Yeah.
on. You want to turn it on now so that you can see?
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, here's what you see. There is a tentacular squid-like creature that is astonishing fast. It's going right for your head. But the other thing
Oh.
that you see is that there are ghosts. The warehouse is
Oh.
packed with ghosts. They all look to be around your age,
Oh.
and
Okay.
they're just kind of
Well,
looking at your
shit.
group and just shaking their heads.
So I see the tentacle.
So you can
coming.
see them. So that gives you some more options. What do you?
Okay.
Now that you can see it coming right at you, what do you want to do to defend against it?
It's coming right for us.
I would with a weirdly relevant factoid. All right. So it's a tentacle coming at me, right?
Yes.
So, with my knowledge of octopods in the wild, because I watch YouTube videos when I'm bored
Mhm.
about nature facts, I kind of know like the basic gist of how tentacles work, and so
Yeah.
I'm going to
You
use
you
my
can use
academic
you can use
skill
knowledge as a defense. That is
to
one of the things it can do.
majestically dodge from its weird suction cup tentacle.
Go ahead and make the roll.
Vroom, 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 vroom.
Ooh,
One.
okay. So what your knowledge basically told you is it's got a beak. Beware of the beak.
Okay.
Okay, so it successfully defends. It does actually hit you, but does no damage, as you know what to look for, and you successfully avoid that sharp beak that is in there.
I scream out to everyone, the warehouse is full of ghosts and the thing is a tentacle monster. It's like a bad hentai all over again.
So that's the villain going. We're doing popcorn
Oh.
initiative, so I'm going to call Cobb. You're up, Cobb. What do you want to do?
All right, man. Well, hell, something's trying to come at my face without consent, and I don't appreciate that. So what I'm gonna do is I got the tentacle pulling at my face. I take the chain to wrap it around the tentacle. I'm gonna basically start whirling myself around like I'm doing a hammer throw, so I can get some momentum and then just smack it down on the ground.
Okay, that sounds like fighting.
Yeah, man. That's what I do. Go. Roll that.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a couple cool things happen here. You hear and feel the splat as this creature is just destroyed on the concrete. You feel bits of its slimy flesh and blood speckle all over you. But here's the other cool thing. Since you won that with more successes, several more successes than you needed, you got spin on it, which means you guys now have edge. So how this works is the first person who wants to claim it gets to use it for free. So it's 3D fudge plus a D6 instead of 4D fudge. Thereafter, to use it, you have to spend a fate point. Okay, but your side now has edge. So who goes next, Cobb? You just murderated one.
Well, you know, I feel like it's time to let Frank kind of make up for that child kicking him in the shins.
All right, so outside, you hear your new acquaintances that are inside the warehouse yelling and screaming. There's all kinds of there's thumps against the steel structure on the inside. What do you want to do? You're out here in the dark. Your phone doesn't work. You can't stream. You can't record.
Okay. I don't know if this applies or not, but I've got a stunt called Cool as a Cucumber.
Right.
Which basically says I'm unflappable.
Yeah.
And since I don't believe in all this supernatural crap anyway, I'm thinking these are just people that are trying to fuck with us. So I'm going to be like, look, fuck off. All right? Like, this is serious here. What you guys are dumb at, I'm just going to go off on them.
All right, so you're just kind of yelling, shouting out into the darkness. Here's the result from this. Out of the water, homeless people are pulling themselves out of the river onto the wharf. They've got this kind of starry-eyed look like the child had. One of them opens his mouth. River water pours out along with a long 2-3 foot long tentacle.
Yay.
That was not something I expected.
Who goes next? Well, the good part of this is that's kind of a horrific thing to see, but you're unflappable. So
Right.
no mental stress for you. Who's
Okay.
next? So, Bill, you just pick one of the players that goes next.
Okay. I don't know. Let's say, has Raven gone yet?
Nope.
All right.
Okay, so I have
So-
edge.
Well, if you want to use it, yes, but you can also see.
Hmm. So yeah, I can see what's going on. Is there anything that's like glowing that's not like a tentacle monster or a ghost? Is there like some central position of like magical energy that I can?
Yes. Give me. Well, there's a chance. So, give me an investigation check. You don't have to
Right.
use the edge die. Like.
I won't.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. So, shablam. Great.
Okay. There is a glowing, pulsing, just conglomeration of goo in the top left corner of the warehouse. So it's it's good. It's good 15 feet or so up in the air. It was way to the back of the warehouse, so you didn't see it, with your physical eyes when you walked in. But it's kind of pulsing, and it seems to be attached with little mystical lines of energy to all of these tentacle creatures that you're seeing.
All right.
Okay, so that is
I know
your
the weak
action,
spot.
but you can speak
Yeah.
for free.
I point in the direction of the thing.
Okay, remember, nobody else can
go-
see you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I go. So where is it located again?
It's the top left corner of the warehouse, way back
Right.
and up.
All right, back left corner of the warehouse, up by the ceiling. There's something glowing. I can see it. Well, you're not gonna see it glowing, but there's something controlling these things. If you can get a light in here and see what's going on over there, I'm gonna see what I can do.
Yep. And so while you're talking, you're avoiding these octopi creatures. Okay, so who is next, Dion? Choose one of the players that hasn't gone.
Captain Carrion. I want to see
Alright.
this
Oh.
little rage bucket blow.
Well, I don't know if she really understands fully what's going on in
Yeah.
the
You just hear a
The-
lot
the-
of yelling from the warehouse.
did she hear the words hentai, tentacles yet?
Yes. Yes.
Well, she's gone like, oh joys, I've seen enough hentai, because she's a millennial, not Gen Z, so she's familiar with the meme. And at this point, she's gonna stick her head out the door and look over at the now very closed
Yes.
freight door.
But the chain that was holding it or keeping it down earlier has been broken. It looks like the door just kind of fell closed. It is also still. You're seeing this by the light of the full moon, which is not giving you a lot of light down here. And this is also when you see all these vagrants pulling themselves out onto the wharf as well.
Oh, fuck me. She sees the tentacle you mentioned,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Well, Kate's, at this point, she's like, this is over my pay grade. I'm not being paid enough for this. So she's going to try to open the door because she's a decent human being and she figures it's probably above their pay grade too.
Sure.
Also, there's the big scary guy who seems at least paranoid enough, and she wants him in her corner. So she's going to try to open the door from
Sure.
the outside using all of her brute force.
Right. So athletics, you can do the edge roll if you want to claim the first check on it.
All right. So, like, 2/3 of our party are stuck in there. Are you all okay with me doing that? Does anyone
Yes.
object?
Cool.
Go for it.
Then click the button on the bottom of the page for the modifier. Add in your athletic score.
Modifier, athletic score. Okay. Roll with edge. Modifier athletic scores +3. All right, here we go. Also, if everyone will just pretend that my little thing of Neosporin is a lighter, that'll do great. Let's go!
Oh yeah,
Hey.
crushed it. Actually, the difficulty was 6, so you did make
What
it.
the hell,
Yeah, you just with all your little pent up rage in your 5-foot frame,
Did
you've
you
been
just
down.
rip the frickin' door off?
And you just rip it out of the rolling, the rolling framework. You just rip it out of it.
God,
So
that is terrifying.
everybody inside has a little bit of light now as the moonlight shines in, enough for you to see these horrible octopus-like creatures that are darting around. So the last person to go then, Michael.
No, he's not the last.
Oh, no, he's
person to
not.
go,
That's
as
right.
I have not gone either.
So
One
yeah,
thing-
so
pick a person.
choose.
One comment as she sees all the octopus-like creatures is like, oh shit, I've seen enough hentai.
All right, so who goes? Either Richard or Michael.
That's you choosing there, Kate. Pick a person.
Oh, Richard or Mike? Mike. Let's go, Mike. Michael.
All right.
All right.
So I got a clarifying question to figure out what my character's mindset is. Were the cell phones nailed up that flashed the iHunt app in the warehouse area?
Nope, it's in the office
Okay.
area, so your
Okay,
character
alright.
didn't see them.
So I don't know this is a trap.
Right.
All right. Second thing. So the Fui cache,
Yep.
if they have access to rudimentary tools, it can eliminate a situational aspect without needing to overcome it or anything.
Yes, there is
That
enough
means I can-
stuff on these shelves that this would count.
All right. I'd like to light this place up a bit.
All right, so what do you find?
A couple flares.
Ooh,
Sounds
road
number-
flares. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so you still have to roll to see how good the advantage is going to be. What is? Does it tell you what you need to roll for it, or what type of roll you have to have?
It kind of implies that I don't need to have it because it talks about without needing to overcome.
Okay, hold on. Let me just look at this real quick.
Well, you're trying to. That is trying to remove a thing, not trying to create a new thing.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like
Yeah, so he would be removing the darkness.
darkness one.
Yeah, so in which case he does it. Yeah, you find these road flares. You pop the caps and just start throwing them on the floor in the warehouse, and it lights everything up. And all of you can now see that pulsing mass of goo, the top left of the warehouse.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, so and that leaves leaves Dudley, who gets to go twice, because last person
What?
finishes
Oh,
the round
cool.
and starts the round.
All right. Well, I was going to. I don't know if I need to spend a fate point for this, but I was hoping that there was going to be like gnomes, etc., garden gnomes all around on the shelves as well.
Haha. If you want specifically garden gnomes, that'll cost a fate point.
Like something nice and ceramic like that, because I was going to smash them all into bits so that there was like sharp things for the tentacles to smash down on. I'm trying to create an advantage for us, basically.
I will.
Spiked floor.
Yes, there will be that thing. So there will be stuff that you can shatter to make all kinds of little caltrops. Give me an athletics roll to set up like how many you can toss down to make this mess, and that will be
Alright.
the advantage that it sets up.
All right, I have a stunt, Anarchy on the Hunt, so it is rolled at a +2 on top of
Yes,
my athletics.
because
for
you're breaking stuff.
things.
Nice.
Smash the stuff and the system. Oh God.
No, it's
that
fine.
was-
That succeeds. You
Yeah,
create the
I know,
advantage,
but that's-
but it only has the one free tap that you can. Whoever
Yeah.
wants to use it first. So there's now.
I will tap an aspect. I
Okay.
will tap. I will spend a fate point, and I will add a +2 to that to tap. One man's trash is another man's sustenance.
Ooh.
Okay, so do you want to do it as a +2, or do you want to do it as a reroll?
Yeah, just do it as a +2.
Okay, so that is actually enough to get the initial free call on it and one more. So you have this advantage on the scene. of mini caltrops just all over the place. Probably shattered bottles, actually, is probably what it was you found. All right, so go ahead.
So anybody can use that as
Yes.
a +2 to their roll
Yes.
without
Okay.
spending a fate point.
Yeah, it can be done twice.
First time. Yeah, 2 times. There you go.
All right, and you start the next
and then
round.
it's me again anyway.
Yes.
Well, I hadn't planned out a second action because I wasn't smart enough for that. So, it's up there in the corner, right?
Yes.
So I will try and find a broom or something and start poking at it to get it to fall down and sweep it onto the floor.
Okay. You'll need to find something longer than a broom. As I said, it was about 15 feet
All right,
up.
yeah,
But you
okay,
can still look. I'd say give me an investigation roll to find something, or pay a fate point to just find it and be able to act with it.
I will just pay a fate point then. Yeah.
Okay. So you've got, let's say it's one of these extension poles with like a hook end on it, used to for fishing, trolling.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So you got an extendable pole with a hook on the end, and you just want to go up and start. So I tell you what, go ahead and give me a fighting roll with that, or athletics, because you just have to be on target, really. Either one.
They're the same roll. So
There you go.
We'll just use fighter as we've already done athlete. So hey, come on down.
Okay. Well, it has no defense since it can't move itself. So that's still 1 point of damage as you rupture this sack of jelly-like stuff. And it starts just oozing down the wall.
I drop the pole as well so that it doesn't ooze down onto my hands.
Okay. It looks like something is coming out. Like you can see 2 legs, like 2 human-like legs coming out of the sack.
Yeah, human legs, not a dog. That's a shame.
Who's
All right,
next?
And I will throw it over to Cobb. Why don't you do some things?
So Cobb, you can see.
Because
Hell, man.
Kate is a beast.
You stop beating that person, you son of a bitch, and I'm going to take that chain. I'm going to use it like a lasso, and I'm going to try to whip it around them legs and pull it out, because I just assume it's eating a person.
All right. Probably an athletics roll to be able to lasso.
Okay. I've got athletics. I'll do this.
Oh, awesome. It whips around the ankles, and you give it a good tug. Now, that if you give it a good tug, though, person's going to drop 15 feet to the ground.
I never said I was a terribly complicated
There you go.
character.
You give it a good tug. And the woman, looks like a young teen, falls to the ground. There's a kind of a crack as she hits the concrete floor. Who's next?
I want to see what our little fire plug does.
I presume that by the little comment,
Yeah.
Kate's looking at there's tentacle beasts. Now there's a person being pulled out of a sack.
Yes.
And there's homeless bums
Yes.
coming out of the water who have tentacles coming out of them.
Yep.
Mm.
So she goes, "Oh, Lovecraft, eat your fucking heart out, you racist cunt." And you see, the thing is I'm not sure what she'd beat the shit out of first. The tentacle monsters or the people who are obviously coming for them with tentacles coming out of their mouth.
Yes.
Which is closer?
The vagrants on the wharf are closer.
All right, so you have this small woman, petite, slight of build, almost, sylvan in appearance, who is going, all right, who wants to eat their own dick? I'm going to rip it off. I am going to rip it off and shove it down your fucking throat.
So you just charge them.
No, I want to roll. Honestly, I want to see if in just the sheer
Intimidation?
of that tiny ball of
yeah.
rage.
You can try it.
through
Go
which
ahead.
Supernatural horror is possessing them.
Right. So this would actually fall under influencer.
Oh, yay.
Actually, hold on.
Prob-
Maybe not. Hold on. I got to check something real quick. I don't think you can use influencer as an attack. Yes, you can. Yes, you can, actually.
Wonderful. All right. So even though it's one of her weaker stats, she's full of rage, angry as fuck. And the moment that and something's about to try
Yep.
her.
Now,
She's
you
wanted to beat the
no.
shit out of
Remember,
something for
the
what?
edge die is still out there. It'll cost you a fate point to use it, but it's still there to be used by your side.
Remind me, does it just stay there until something goes away, or does it go
Until
away
your
after?
side loses it by them doing getting spin on an action that they do, or they get the upper hand in some way.
I don't know.
Yeah, man,
I don't-
scare them. I mean, I don't
do-
want you to bite my dick off or whatever. Like, I'm sure they don't want that either.
So are you all down for me rolling with edge on this?
Yeah, man,
You
get down with the
spend a
sickness.
fate point to
Yep.
do it, so there
Yep.
are your
Spend a
fate
point.
points to spend.
Yep.
So do
Spend
it.
spend a fate point to do it. Alrighty. And the modifier is only +1, unfortunately. But let's go, motherfuckers!
Oh wow, good roll.
What the
then
hell yes!
they do get to
Okay.
resist though. Okay, a -2.
Wow.
That's an 8 shift.
You're scary as hell. little
Wow.
girl.
Yeah,
Damn.
firmly keeping your edge die. As a majority of the vagrants seem to be male, they all clutch their groin area and take one step back and go back into the water.
I would like to apologize to the entire viewer base that is currently feeling sympathy pain.
Yes, that's an amazing success. And so the spin on it was that it affects all of them. It affects all of them. So they all like take a dive. So who is next? Now it could be the villain or it could be a player. The problem with leaving the villain to the last is they end up getting 2 actions.
You know, I think I'm gonna give it to the. I don't know. I'm gonna call them the fishmen, the bums. I'm gonna give it to the bums.
Okay, so that side. Yeah, so it's the enemy
Yeah.
side. So the bums are just going to let themselves sink to the bottom of the water where they were happily keeping their nards before. So they're going to stay down there. However, the tentacle things inside the warehouse are going to press their attack.
They don't have nards.
Yeah, they do not. They kind of do, actually, as they are. What they're going to do is, let's see. No, they're just going to straight up attack. So, Cobb,
Mhm.
how are you defending? The octopus things are streaking at you again.
All right, man. So I done pulled that young lady down. She's smacked to the ground. She's
Yeah.
totally safe and fine. What I'm going to do is get all these shards here. And I'm just going to kind of play dodgeball. Wait till they come at me. As soon as they do, I'm going to try and grab them and smack them down into them shards.
All right. Go ahead. That would be either athletics or fighting. That could be a fighting maneuver.
I would love to fight if that's okay.
Yep.
All right, that's what I'm going to do.
Fantastic. -2 again. Yeah. So
It
that's
fights full of
spin.
shards.
So with the spin, I'm going to say you actually counter attack, and that one gets smashed. It's pulped. Richard, how does Dudley defend against this thing streaking towards him?
Well, I mean, my play was going to be pretty much the same thing. Just dodge out of the
Yep.
way as it slaps down a giant or
Yep.
a smaller tentacle down. On it,
Same. Either athletics or fighting.
so- indeed. Dodge out of the way. Athletics for this. Yeah.
Ooh.
Roll -3. on
Okay,
this.
you going to keep that, or do you want to tap an aspect? Actually, you don't need to know until after I roll. You don't have to worry about it.
I will stay where I am. Thank you.
Exactly.
We're both as bad as one another. I slip on their goo. They
Yeah.
slip on.
Raven,
Something
how are
else.
you defending against this creature coming right for your face?
It's another tentacle monster.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I can see now, and I see that there's a bunch of caltrops and stuff around,
Yep.
right? I'm going to use my great power of academia to move while it's approaching me so that the caltrops get in the way.
And that's more athletics. Your academia is not
Okay.
going to. Yeah,
Alright,
that's still maneuvering yourself physically.
I'm not good at the athletics.
You can spend a fate point to use the roll with edge.
Nah, I'm gonna. Oh God, what should I do? Let's see. There's nothing else that like changed around here, like atmosphere-wise, right? It's just like caltrops are all over. And
Caltrops, and then it's well lit again.
I feel so.
I don't have any equipment on me, do I?
Not unless you want to spend a fate point to say you do.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to. Yeah, let's just go for the athlete. Let's go for athletics.
All right, make me that roll.
All right. Oh, please make it. Nope.
Fuck.
Oh.
You don't have to worry about it. They also missed. And I think
Kinda
Red is the only one left
stumbled.
in here. So Red, how do you
Yeah.
defend against this?
Dodging and weaving.
Dodging and weaving. Give me an athletics check. Nice. Okay, so that's with a shift. So I'm going to say you're able to dodge well enough that the thing splats on the concrete, dealing itself some damage. And the last thing that happens on this round is the teen that was all gooped up inside that nest. She opens her eyes, and she's got these just clear blue eyes, just these beautiful blue eyes. She kind of flitters her eyes open, and she rubs the back of her skull where she landed hard on her back. And as she does so, Raven, all of the ghosts disappear.
Oh. Ghosts are gone, guys.
And I will say, Raven, it's your turn next.
All right. So the woman came to and the ghost disappeared.
Yep.
Is the gooey thing still there?
The sack is kind of ruptured.
Okay.
The lines going out to the different tentacle creatures are like fading. They're much lighter.
I'm going to check the woman, I guess. Just overlook her, see like
Yeah.
if there's magical residue, like maybe an occult check or.
You can do that, or you can give me a medic check.
Yeah, I'll do occultist 3. That's just to see maybe. I want to see like if there's anything that I could make heads or tails of the situation magically. So I'm
Sure.
gonna go for occult.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an occult roll then.
Good.
Good. Okay. Well, your spirit sight isn't really showing anything. I mean, the goo is like slightly glowing on her, but it's actually still glowing in the pool that's over there as well. So that's just probably a property of the ooze. She looks a little out of it, like she's dazed, and she's rubbing the back of her head. And as you get closer, she's like, "Ow!" Occult wise, like, you can't think of anything in the actual lore, but your mind keeps going back to like Attack of the Pod people and such as you look at that pod on the wall. But she looks perfectly normal. She's acting normal, like she's like, "Ah, man, that hurt." She's rubbing the back of her head from where she fell. Yeah, that's all I'm going to give you for that.
All right. Well, she's okay.
Okay. Who's
Let's
next?
see what Red can figure out.
Okay. Red. The octopus things are still around. They seem to be moving a little sluggishly, a little slower now, but they're still around.
How large are they and how agile?
They're just the size of a, medium-sized dog. They were very agile. They seem to be getting slower now, slowing down a little.
All right. Nobody's told me that the lines from the pod have stopped, so I'm going
Nope.
to get to higher ground and work my way that way.
Okay, so you're going to try to work your way up to
advantage.
the rest of that pod that's in the ceiling?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So yeah, you that's going to be moving. Let's call it 2 zones. So that'll be your action. But you can find a ladder, kind of slam it up against the wall, and be able to get right up to it.
Just grab out my crowbar before I have to stay.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll say that takes your turn to be able to do that because that was several zones away. But you're up right next to it when that ends. So who goes next?
Let's see. I don't think that. What is his name today? Beautiboo? I don't think he's gone yet.
There we
right?
go. Yep. All right, outside. Things are lit up by flares. You got moonlight. All the vagrants have just jumped back in the water after that very foul-mouthed young lady just roared at them. What?
Oh, don't call her a young lady to her face. You might wind up eating your own dick.
So, Bill, what does your character do?
I don't want to eat my own dick, so
Oh, your GoPro's working again. You got like your battery is down to like 10%, but your GoPro clicks on.
okay, so I can see. I don't know if this would apply. This might be totally out of left field. One of the stunts is people who know people. I
Uh-huh.
have that on my sheet. Can I use that to see if I know this lady that fell out of the ceiling or whatever? I mean, I don't even know if I can see her.
You know, just to move it along, we'll say that your camera does have like a zoom lens, and you get a picture of her, and you post it.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have to make a roll with that ability, or does it just grant you
It
information?
just says when you I have to spend a fate point to declare a scene detail, and that scene detail is a character you know. That person is an expert, so
Oh.
I have to spend a fate point.
Oh, okay. You spend a fate point. Who's that person, Bill? Who is that girl?
Let's say she's an ex from high school.
She's one of your exes from high school.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So you know her.
Hey, what the hell are you doing here? I'm gonna like run over there.
All right.
and-
So you're going to head off in that direction and yelling
Yeah.
at Mary Lou from high school. Completely dumped you.
I mean, I remember her being particularly conniving, so I think she's got something to do with it.
Right. And so who does that leave? Richard, have you gone yet?
Yeah, I think it's everybody.
Yeah, is that everybody? So that means that you start the round again, Bill. So we'll say that you paid for your stunt, you ran over. So like we'll say that you're right there next to her, and she has the look of recognition in her eye when you come by. And she like, let's see, who else was over there? That was your character, Richard Dudley.
Oh, I pulled her out of the goo.
Right. So as
But
Bill's
no.
character comes over, she kind of looks at you like, "Oh man, that's my ex. He makes such a scene."
Oh no, this would be Raven. Raven was the one who medically looked over.
Okay, yeah.
really.
So Raven. So
Yeah,
like she
Raven.
turns to you, gives you the like, "Oh, this guy is such a joy killer." It was all about his internet fame and like, oh.
Kate's got this look of, wow, how could such a little bitch get someone of that caliber?
Right?
So it's your
Right.
turn, Bill. What do you want to do? So this is just an aside as you're
Hey,
coming
Rob,
up there.
what are you doing here? What's going on? What have you done with all this? How did you get all these people to do this?
Okay. All right. So you're trying to get answers out of her. I tell you
Yes.
what. Go ahead and give me an influence check.
All right.
Can I assist?
Do
with the
you have
check?
influence?
I do. I have 2.
Okay. So you can give a +1 to Bill's roll.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so +1.
I would assume I'm like just giving her like girl talk on
Yeah.
the side while he's harassing her so I can ease her.
Okay. Okay. So she's like, I was abducted. I went to this bar. Like, what day is it even? Like, what time is it? Like, I was at a bar and this nice guy got me some drinks, and and things got a little fuzzy, and then my head hurts. And why am I naked and covered in goo? And she looks accusingly at your character, Bill.
Gee, that's such uncharacteristic behavior for you.
Kate looks at him, looks at her, and goes,
Oh no, trust me, it has nothing to do with that little individual, if we'll say. No, unfortunately, it seems you're caught up in something really awful.
So Bill, you did succeed with 2 over their roll. She is lying.
Okay, look, she's lying. I know she's lying. I know this woman.
She looks long suffering. The 2 girls nearby is like, he was always this way. He just doesn't like the truth.
I
Look,
will do an
you didn't bang my best friend at that party.
Can I
Well,
do an
I did,
investigator
but
roll?
honestly, what do you want to do, Dion?
An investigator roll? Can
All
I,
right,
like,
so before we do
interrogate her?
that, before we get out of
Okay.
combat, so here's what's going on for those that are still kind of looking warily at all of the octopus creatures. They are now moving so slow, like they're getting so lethargic, and they just kind of lay down, and it's like they're just all the life is kind of leaving them.
Mm-hmm.
So Red had planned something, so let's do Red's thing real quick because he's up there. He's right next to this pulsing sack of goo. Red, what would you do?
I'm scraping it down with my crowbar.
All right, you're just pulling the whole thing down. So it just slaps wetly on the ground. Dion, your character, Raven, doesn't see anything coming off of it anymore. No more lines of force going to those creatures.
Okay. So, looks like the connection's broken. I think we took care of it. I mean, there's still the question of the missing animals and stuff. And they probably just ate it, but yeah, can I do the investigation
Okay,
roll
so
now?
what is it you want to do?
I'm gonna interrogate her more because she was lying. I wanna
Okay.
try and get more
Yeah,
info
so
out of
if
her.
you believe Bill's character anyway, but that's more influence than investigation. You can't investigate.
Okay, I'll do
yeah.
influencer. Do we still have a fudge die?
You still have some
Edge.
left. You still have edge, yes.
So I can roll with edge.
You can roll with edge.
But
Okay.
it costs a fate point.
It costs
if
a
you
fate
still got
point.
them. So
That's fine. All right. Roll with edge +2.
Can I assist with my influencer?
Yes.
+3.
It depends on whether Dion's character believes you, though.
I believe them. I believe them. That's why I'm interrogating.
You've never
her. I'm
met
like,
this person
"Alright."
before.
Yeah, but they dated, and like people they can tell when each other lie. So 3.
Oh, okay, you got a 3. All right.
Hmm.
Are you happy with that, or do you want to spend any remaining fate points to tap an aspect? Well, actually, you don't have to tell me yet. Let me roll for them. Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Oh wow.
well, that
Yeah,
only rolled
so I'm
3 fudge
good.
dice for
Oh,
a start.
yep. Well, it still can't. Well, I'll go ahead and roll the 1.
Yeah, but it could be.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. -4, even better.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Actually, talking to her, you trip her up pretty quickly. Like, she seems to have the gist, excuse me, of the personality of the ex, but like it breaks down quickly because she can't remember like the school they went to, person who sat next to them in
Oh.
class, and she feigns like, "Oh, I really hit my head really hard,"
Yeah.
but you can tell she's
Yeah.
lying. She's absolutely lying.
She.
Come on.
So who are you really?
She looks around, kind of trapped, and she's looking. You see that she's looking at all the tentacle creatures. She kind of
Hey,
pulls her knees
Cobb.
into herself and just kind of hunches over, and it's like, I just really hurt. I just want to go home.
Hey Cobb, lasso her.
Hell yeah, man. That's my kind of night.
So what do you do, Cobb?
I'm gonna take the chain, get her good and bound.
It really isn't necessary. I mean, do you have to use a chain? Like I can get tetanus from that.
Nah, it's all right. I got tetanus before. There's shots for it. You'll be fine.
All right. Can
Tetanus
you
would
give me
be an
that? Can you
improvement
give me
for
that
her.
blanket over there? I mean, got all these guys around me, and I'm not wearing anything. It's just really inappropriate.
Blankets are
Kate will
closers.
take off her jacket and just hand it to her.
Well, she's bound with chains currently, so you just gotta drop it on her.
She'll just kind of like fold it over her and then zip it up in the front.
Mm-hmm.
It's if she's more than teensy tiny,
She's fairly
it's
small.
really not gonna go
Yeah.
below her belly button.
Fairly small. So like she's just kind of hunched up, and and you drop the jacket over. She's like, "Thank you." Why are you all being so mean? I mean, I don't know how I got here, and it hurt my head. I just want to go home.
Kate just points a finger at some tentacle critter that's lying comatose on the floor.
I don't know anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still covered under the bullshit meter?
Yeah.
So I have a thing.
Okay.
Kate raises an eyebrow.
You can go home if you can tell us where your home is.
That's a good thing.
She immediately tells you the address of that apartment complex.
Which apartment? The
Yeah.
dilapidated one
Yep.
that was all
Kate
broken
looks
down.
over at
And I know that's not her house.
Oh no, you lost track of her since high school. No idea.
I
Kate
mean,
looks
you
over
could
at
just look her up and see where she is, right? I mean, somebody knows how to. She's your
Yep.
ex. You can stalk her, right? Whatever.
Kate's just got that one eyebrow raised, just does the slow clap.
We do have a couple of hackers. We could probably just see if that's actually where she lives.
Exactly. I mean, just look her up on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah.
We know you know her name, you know her date of birth. I'm sure you can find her.
I have a +1 hacker, so I can add a +1 to someone else.
Yeah, you don't have to roll.
Kate
She just
has
looks.
+3.
She just stares at all of you, just like just giving you this. I mean, she looks perfectly normal, but she just stares you all down. It's like
She has this profoundly put upon look as she's looking it up just so she can send this person home. You know, if any of you knew her, you'd realize that she was about to do the good guy, bad guy, pretending to be a good guy and being a manipulative bitch. Because
So we'll,
sometimes she does that when it pushes, but none of you know her.
so we're not gonna. I'm not gonna have you roll, but here's what you find. So this person, as well as being the ex, is the daughter that died in the fire when the place caught on fire before the hands changed.
I'm just looting the
Kate.
shells at this point.
Okay, yeah, you're finding. Okay, it's like, oh, is that an angle grinder? Is that a Makita? You're just putting it in your tool bag.
Kate is going to look at whoever she thinks might be the least socially inept person in the party, and is just going to hold over whatever the lovely little public notice of death was on her phone to them.
All right, maybe Raven.
Maybe. I don't know.
If not Bill's character.
My social light is only a +1.
Influencer.
+2.
I've got a +4 influencer and a +3 socialite.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
yeah.
Hey, little bitch, check this out. She says that and then puts the phone in front of his face.
Yeah. So you're reading
Anyone
the.
who really wants to look at it will be able to look at it.
Yep. So you found the obit page. As obituary, they show a picture of her there. Tragically died in a fire.
But no, come on.
It's the lizard people, man.
There's something fishy going on here. And while I'm doing that, the people that are watching the stream and
Uh-huh.
say, here you go, little bitch, or I'm looking at the Karen comments.
Yeah. Oh, your stream just got taken down because you're showing a naked young lady on the stream. So yeah, your stream just got taken down
Oh, damn.
for violations.
For some reason, you're not sure how, but Kate is inordinately pleased by the fact that little bitch's stream just got taken down. She doesn't know his name. She doesn't care.
Aw. All right, so let's. So we're at time, guys. So let me find out, what do you do with her? And it's obvious nobody's getting paid for any of
I was going to
this.
say, are you going to pay us? No? Then I say this monster that was trying to become human gets off. That's my vote.
Oh, do you ask
I'm
her?
doing this democratically.
Do you ask her if you're getting paid?
No.
Damn it!
I am announcing this to the group. This
All
is
right.
what I am saying to the group. Hey, we're obviously not getting paid. Why not? She's a monster. We should.
I can pay you all.
I'm
can
not
pay
getting
us?
paid. I'm not getting paid enough to off anything.
Wait,
Come
how
Yes,
on.
you
much
are.
pay?
That's the whole point of the iHunt app.
How much is
Oh,
the
my
pay?
Only if I
God.
get paid.
If somebody
you tell
can
me
give
where
me
my
a
dog's at if you want to live.
if somebody will give me a cell phone, I'll pay
I
you.
hand her my phone.
You
How
gonna find my dog with the cell phone?
your dog?
Yeah, where's my dog? Where's Fluffy?
And she just kind of looks at you kind of
Pomeranian.
hard. Fluffy was delicious. So
He
how
dead.
much to let me go?
Dead.
Oh,
Just
D-E-D dead.
for me to let you go, it'll be 800.
A Pomeranian's kind of like a ferret, but fluffier and a dog, right?
Yeah.
Kinda
Just
makes
go
it
ahead
better.
and put in the Cash App
She just
info
she
right here.
just
Go ahead, quick.
I want to know what Cobb's about to do.
Man, I'm just gonna wrap that chain up around her neck and just kind of put my knee in the small of her back and just wrench it.
All right, is anyone going to stop Cobb?
Oh, Kate isn't. You see, if anyone had bothered to check Kate's social media profiles, it's just pictures of her ferret.
I love you,
It's
Fluffy.
nothing but pictures of her ferret.
All
I
right.
love you so goddamn much. You're a good dog.
I'm trying to get her to like quickly do the Cash App transaction while he's strangling her. Come on,
Do you just
this
have
way,
to
this way.
swipe? Can you
Yeah,
just grab her finger? Like, do you just have to
Yeah.
swipe somewhere?
Yeah.
So as she's being strangled to death, tentacle comes out of her mouth. Out of her abdomen kind of opens up like a maw, and like several more tentacles come out. Like they're all like just shaking around, like they're just gasping their last. And Cobb just flat out murders her.
Damn it.
That's just for Fluffy.
How am I gonna get a PlayStation 5 now?
All right, so we'll end it there with
Pat,
this.
Pat. There's this little tiny like hand reaches up. Pat. Don't worry. There's so many other contracts. Everyone's got something going wrong. Isn't it wonderful? The 21st century as everything goes to shit.
So the six of you kind of stare at each other, not sure where this is going to go, as the lifeless body of this girl drops at Cobb's feet. And we'll cut the scene there. That's appropriately eye-hunty. You guys are offered the hard choice. It's like, hey, economic prosperity, or are you going to keep to your values? Cobb, obviously.
I want a sequel.
I may do more of
I
these.
like Kate.
I may do more of these. So yeah, we're past Bill's bedtime here. So let's just go ahead and sign off real quick.
blame it on me.
Jeremy, you got anything you want to plug there?
Yeah, man. If you like some alien goodness, hop on over to the Lollygaggers tomorrow night, and on Wednesday, Bert and I'll do some Pathfinder over in Defenders of Cobalt.
Good stuff, Dion.
Just find me on my channel, Substances Used, where I play retro JRPG games. Next week or so, hopefully I'll beat Arcvalad 3, then we'll move on to the PS2 series. So yeah, it'll be
Nice.
fun.
Richard.
As I said before, you can find me over on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR, or say it with me now.
Limited time
Limited
offer.
offer.
No
bounce.
bounce.
Oh, indeed. Watch me play video games.
Yeah, John, you got anything going on?
I don't have anything going on yet. I hope to one day get into streaming. That'll be after I get a new laptop or once I get a webcam, one of the two. Either way, check out Irene's stuff and make sure you tune into the Lollygaggers tomorrow at 9 p.m. for an absolutely amazing alien game that I've been following since I was able to. It's really fun. Catch Jeremy there. It's gonna be a blast, and you can pay to relieve stress from that poor little party. They need all the help they can get because it is Jeff running the game, and we keep track of Jeff's score in terms of severed limbs. Jeremy needs help. Please go help him.
That's a thing. That's a thing. Michael.
I'm still here.
Yay.
And we love you.
And Bill, you got anything going on with the Frog Gods?
Running Lost City of Baracus, Swords and Wizardry on Wednesdays. I believe there's still a seat open for that. And eventually some other stuff, both Swords and Wizardry and 5e.
Very good. And if you found us, you know where we are, twitch.tv/Steam Steel Murder. We stream on Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And check out the podcast at BlueMagicBluMagik.com. Thank you very much, everybody. Say goodbye to the nice people in stream.
Goodbye,
Bye,
nice
everybody.
Right,
people.
not nice people in
It was
stream.
a blast. I loved it.